Accucare Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine in Brick, New Jersey offers a state-of-the-art facility with all the best and current treatments. With athletic trainers, massage therapists, and doctors of physical therapy, Accucare has everything you need to stay healthy and perform at the highest level. Cupping, stretching, laser therapy, compression boots, and a full-body cryo chamber are just some of what you can expect at Accucare. Check out their website and social media links in my bio. No prescription is needed to see them. So call them today and start feeling and performing at your best. Again, thank you to Accucare for sponsoring the Shore Football Report. Just got two things to say right now. First, I want to thank Accucare. They are awesome, our great sponsor. Get there. If you haven't been there yet, make an appointment, get to Accucare, especially towards the end of the season when your body needs to get that extra push and be healthy on the football field. Rehabilitation, recovery, they are the best. Make an appointment, call them and tell them you're coming. All right. The Shore Football Report is definitely endorsing going to Accucare. They're the best out there right now. And they have athletes going there around the clock, all sports, and that's that. And also, when you're transitioning to another sport, your body is gonna be needing this Accucare treatment because you're using different body parts. So just make sure that you utilize Accucare, located in Brick. They are the best. I love being associated with them. They are part of the team, the Shore Football Report team. All right. The other thing I want to say is this: subscribe to the Shore Football Report YouTube channel. Every one of you, when you watch it, click subscribe. It's free. It's free. Turn the notifications off if you don't want to hear it, but subscribe. By you subscribing, says thank you. I need 1,000. I want 1,000 subscribers. Please, 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 please subscribe. Scott Stump says I don't say it enough on our show. That's why we don't got 1,000 subscribers. But subscribe. All joking aside, it's the cool thing to do. All right, join the Shore Football Report team. We got so many things that are going to be going on our YouTube channel, not just our talk shows. We're going to have extensive all-star team coverage that we're going to do. Also, yes, you've been asking, the Stumpy Awards, they're coming back. The Stumpy Awards are coming back from 8 years ago, and I know you guys are going to love it. So we're going to have all my all-star teams, all county, all shore, all division, my rankings of players, because I changed things up and seeing how guys are playing, adding the freshmen, the 2026s are going to be included in that rankings too. It's a lot of stuff, all going to be on our YouTube, the Shore Football Report YouTube. Subscribe. You won't want to miss it. In the off season, I'll be doing things around the clock for recruiting, talking with college coaches and coaches from all over the country will be on my talk shows throughout the off season. There's no off in my season. All right. Subscribe to the Shore Football Report. And also, more importantly, make an appointment to Accucare.
All right, Rob, we're talking playoff sectional semifinals. We got a trip to the state championship sectional final games on the line this week. 13 Shore Conference teams still remaining with a shot to make it to the state finals. We're going to start with our number one team in what's basically, I guess you would say, is a David versus Goliath matchup here in South Jersey Group 5. We have Toms River North, undefeated, 10-0, going against a team that has become like the story of the Shore Conference, coming off their first state playoff win since 1994 in incredible fashion, down by 10 at halftime. Marlboro roars back on their home field to beat Washington Township. People are going crazy. Unbelievable story. Unbelievable celebration at the end of that game. Marlboro continues to defy the odds. You were at that game.
Half of it.
Yeah. I mean, what a story Marlboro has become.
Scott, I went there on Saturday for the atmosphere. I really believed Washington Township was going to beat them because I saw Washington Township play Toms River North, who North is just rolling over everybody. Atmosphere was tremendous. It really was. It really was. The storyline of that was they were playing good football in the first quarter, the first drive, and then Matt Cassidy got hurt.
Right.
And when Matt Cassidy got hurt, I just felt like the fumes were kind of leaking out. And eventually they're winning 7-3. They pinned Washington Township at the 1. The next play, they go on a 99. The guy runs a 99-yard quarterback power. Took the air out of the bubble. So 17-7 is at half. Cassidy's getting looked at. He's definitely going to be out. I said to Steve Falk and Bob Batters, I said, do you think I have time to go to Manasquan? They said, yeah. So I split, thinking the game was over. That's where I was wrong.
That's some tough decision-making right there, especially considering Manasquan was on their way to a lopsided defeat the other direction.
But all I got was
looks like you left too soon.
I got text messages saying everything's going their way. I'm like, what's the score? And then I found out they won on that trick play to Ryan Mendez. Double pass. That's incredible. I mean, you practice those trick plays, and they never work in practice because there's a scout team guy. He doesn't fall for the fake. He's always out there. It's an incomplete. But those are the plays that you got to try it one time. If it works, it's great. If it doesn't work, oh well. And it worked. What a great call by Coach Tagato, and just credit to Marlboro. You got to root for a team like that. Pull the chips down.
I mean, at every turn when they faced adversity this year, they've risen to the occasion. AJ Schwartz, their all-Shore caliber dual threat quarterback, has a season-ending leg injury in the middle of the year. You think, oh, they're probably done. They go out, they beat Manalapan, they beat Colts Neck. They get into the playoffs for the first time in 23 years. Then everybody thinks, okay, that was a great story. Like, it's done now. Yeah. No, they go out and stun a Washington Township team that only lost to North by 7 points to start the year. 5 interceptions. I mean, their defense played amazing. And, I mean, that I think is a big thing as we transition to talking about this Toms River North game. I mean, Marlboro has 12 interceptions this season, 6 fumble recoveries. So they have 18 turnovers in 9 games. So that's going to be the thing. If they're going to stay in this game, they're going to have to turn North over and try to shorten the game a little bit. Obviously, if Matt Cassidy can't go in this game, that is a major blow to their offense against a team that, I mean, let's be honest, they've demolished everyone in their path since the first game was kind of close against. I mean, since that first game, Toms River North has not been held under 40 points.
No.
I mean, they put up 49 against Old Bridge. Micah Ford continues to be a front runner for the Shore Conference Offensive Player of the Year. He has 42 touchdowns now combined between passing and rushing. Another 4 last week. You got Tariq Council, Jeremiah Pruitt, a couple TD runs. I mean, I guess the feeling, if you're the coach, you don't ever want to tell the kids we're playing with house money and it doesn't matter. But if Marlboro gets beaten badly, that's what everybody expected to happen anyway. So you can kind of go out there and let it all hang out and see what happens. Toms River North, it's more taking care of business to move on to the bigger things.
I mean, you could play on pure emotion. I mean, when they're doing their stretches, AJ Schwartz is in on the field leading the team. Now Matt Cassidy's not probably practicing this week too. Reality starts to strike in like, hey, we're playing a pretty good team, Toms River North, without 2 of our leaders potentially. So, the one thing I want to.
On the other hand, I feel like you could also be like, everybody's counted us out all year. Every time we're not supposed to do anything, we've proved everyone wrong. But this is a major mountain to climb. I mean, this is a team that is ridiculously stacked and has been blowing everyone off the map here for 2 months. But if you're Marlboro, I guess the feeling is you have nothing to lose in this game.
I will say this though, looking at Marlboro, I went and I talked to Dave Ryden, the AD. I said, "There's a bunch of guys in this team that people are overlooking. When all Shore comes out, their names are going to go out there because yes, we know Cassidy, Schwartz, Mendez, but they got guys like McAvoy, the DN. They got Shannon, the O lineman. They got some dudes that are
Jake Houston and Nick Staff,
Houston.
their two defensive backs, have 7 interceptions between them and had 2 last week in the win. Against Washington, each had 2 in the.
They don't get enough of credit. They don't get enough for credit. They're better than just the 3 players that we mentioned. So there's a lot
of defense has really risen to the occasion, but this is the ultimate test. I mean, this is a team that is essentially unstoppable from everything we've seen so far.
But the thing that you got to love with Marlboro, they're a team. They're a team. They play as a team. They're on a hot streak right now, and you want to call it or not call it house money. That's what it is. Because Tom's River North is the overwhelming favorite in this round in all the games.
Yes, and really the whole bracket. I mean, not overwhelming. Obviously, you have Kingsway too, but
I thought Tom's River. I didn't talk to Dave.
Top 10 team in the state.
Scott, I didn't talk to any of the coaches at Tom's River North, but I'm curious. Did they want to play Washington to prove to people that was like kind of a mishap the first game? Because that's all everybody's telling them is, hey, you got to play this team again. You got to play this team again. I'm wondering if that was going to get them excited or not. But whatever it is, Tom's River North is playing home. They're playing a short conference team. Maybe that will get them going too with there. But nobody has threatened them at all. Tom's River North.
No. And I think the tough thing, if you're Marlboro, is the games they have been winning, these upset games, have been very low scoring. 17-14, 21-17. You're going to need, I would think, a minimum of 30 points to even have a chance usually against Tom's River North. So that's probably going to be the toughest part about all this is that, they're not built to win a shootout in this game. They essentially need probably some crazy stat where they turn them over 5 or 6 times or a couple pick sixes or fumble returns or special teams type plays to stay in it. Because the other problem with Tom's River North is there's not one overriding player where you're like, if we just stop this guy, we can shock them. No, they have like 6 guys who can score from anywhere on the field at all times, and they have a very good defense. Yeah. They're a very complete team. Yeah. So, I think this game, if it comes to an end for Marlboro, like people expect, it would still have been an incredible season for them. And for North, they're on a mission. They're not going to be happy until they're that last weekend in December hoisting the trophy as the overall Group 5 champions. And they've been playing like it. As long as they retain that hunger and don't overlook anybody, you got to like their chances.
I mean, Marlboro's got their backup quarterback, Braden Klein, and then their 4th-string tailback, Alcide, is going against probably the best public school team out there. So they got an uphill battle with that. But Tom's River North with Micaiah Ford, he's distributing the football. I just feel like he's coasting too. I still don't think that we saw the best of the best of Micaiah Ford yet in terms of numbers. Like, at what point are they going to just unleash him and let him get those 400 or 500 yards, 9 touchdowns? Because he can do that. He can do that. So I'm waiting for that big game where he unleashes it from Tom's River North.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to the end here now, the nitty-gritty time, so we'll see what happens.
Now, on the other side, though, Cherokee and Kingsway, just to touch base with that real quick, interesting potential matchup if Tom's River North can win the game this week. Are they going to play Kingsway, who defeated them in the state finals last year, or a hot Cherokee team that everybody keeps talking about is playoff ready, and you know that they're a traditional power? Interesting game right there. People told me don't be surprised if Cherokee wins that game.
Well, I know who Tom's River North would like to probably win that game. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they losing within the last 2 minutes last year on their home field against Kingsway, and then having to, being able to have them back up there for another final, same field, same situation. Yeah. They would love that. I mean, and granted, they could care less in the sense that if you're playing for a state championship, it doesn't matter who you're playing. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure they'd like to prove, considering the cores of both of those teams are a lot of the same players, that like a year later we're much better than you guys. So Yeah, but you're right. I know in the preview last week you talked about Cherokee as a potential dark horse
Yeah.
to be in the finals here. So we'll see if we get that highly anticipated rematch between Tom's River North and Kingsway, or if somebody decides to spoil the party.
Guys, it's interesting the way the regional goes. All the South Jersey, Central Jersey teams play at a neutral site. You know where it's at? Cherokee.
Okay.
Tell me that could be interesting. Cherokee actually playing a home game, which is a neutral field. With that.
Right.
So, yeah, Group 4 is kind of open if you think about it, because I think let's be honest, it could be North Cherokee or Kingsway that all have a gripe of who's going to win that championship, and Marlboro wants to still be that Cinderella team and go after it, which everybody is rooting for too. So interesting matchups there.